So a quick video about programming the Parkside robotic lawnmower PAMR 500A1, probably a similar menu system to other Parkside robots. First thing to do is open the cover. Underneath you see the keypad. Press and hold the power button to turn the mower on. I've already set up this mower. When you first get it, you'll have to set the language, the date and time, and a PIN code. The PIN code is 4 digits, and you can only use digits 1 through 4, nothing more. So I'm just going to put in my PIN code, like that. This comes to then the main menu, standby menu. What we're going to do is first of all look at the programming. Basically, you do that by pressing OK to go to the menu. In the menu you have a number of options. You have spot mode. If you just want to cut one area of the lawn, it will do a circular motion. You can set a schedule, so it goes out at a certain time of each day or certain days of the week. You can set zones, so in this case we have a long narrow strip in the garden, so you can send it to another zone first, and you can decide how often it starts in the other zone. So you can set the distance along the perimeter wire to determine an additional zone, and then how often it starts in that zone. And then you've got some other basic settings. Settings are the language, information about the robot, and then you can reset the whole thing. You can also select the work time, which is the amount of hours the robot cuts the grass in the specific scheduled time zone. So for example, if your lawn is 100 meters squared, you probably want to run it for 1 to 2 hours. This is all described in the manual if you want to be more exact. You have a rain mode, so there's a rain sensor on it, which is most likely these two contacts here, which detect moisture, and it will send the robot back to the base station. And then you've got date and time, and you can change your PIN. So we're just going to press the back button to get out of this. Now, if you want to start the mower, you go back to the main menu, you press power once, and then it says close the lid to start, or press OK. We're going to do back there. So press and hold the home button for 3 seconds in order to send it back to the base station, or press once quickly to start mowing. Now what you do is press OK or close the lid to start. In this case we're just going to skip that. Now we're going to have a look at programming the amount of time that the robot will actually cut for, so the working time. So we're going to press OK for the menu. We're going to go to the settings. We're going to go to work time, and we're just going to press OK. So you can just do like this, change the number of hours it cuts for in each of the scheduled times that you set. So let's have a look at the time scheduling. Basically you can set time schedules for all days of the week, that's all, or you can scroll through and set an individual schedule for each day, or 2 schedules for each day. In this case the robot will run on Mondays and Thursdays between 10 and 4. To change these you press OK, and then you just press up and down. When you're happy you go OK to get to the next one, OK to get the next one, and then it will automatically put a second schedule. If you don't want this second schedule, you don't want to change it, you just want 1 schedule per day, you just go back again, all the way back through, and then you've saved the first schedule. I'll just show you that again on a Tuesday. So to set a schedule on Tuesday, I just press OK. I've got 9 until 12 on this schedule. I'm going to maybe say 12:30 instead, or let's say 12:05. Press OK, and then it wants to add a second schedule. I don't want a second schedule, so I'm just going to press back, and then all the way back through, and that schedule is now saved. As you can see, it's still there. If I want to delete this schedule on Tuesday, press and hold the back button, and it's all gone all the way through. I pressed it for too long, but you'll see that Tuesday's still there. Let's just try again. There we go. I must have hit the home button instead of the back button. And then I just want to quickly show you the zone setting. So we've set one zone in this garden, and we've got the mowing from the base, or we've got mowing from area 1. And area 1 is 14 meters away from the base station along the positive terminal cable. So basically it will go anti-clockwise around the garden for 14 meters approximately. Might be 15, might be 16, might be 13, it depends on the random nature of the robot. And then it will do that 70% of the times it starts mowing, because the base is parked here in this garden in a very narrow strip, so we don't want it starting the whole time on this narrow strip. We want it starting further into the main area, which is area 1, 14 meters away on the perimeter wire 70% of the time. And you can set up to 5 areas, and you can change the percentage depending on how often you want them to start in those different areas. Of course, the percentage needs to add up to 100, or cannot be more than 100, let's say. So that's how you set the zone. So that's about it. I don't think there's anything more to show you. Press and hold the power button again to turn off.